Refuse to let the colonizer take over my tongue. Rap from the top of my lungs. Everybody in my hood hustle clean or dirty. Soaking up game like a sponge. In my 20s going all out before I hit 30. Used to hear sirens and guns. Still on the block posted with the same homies. Hear the other that we run to.
Welcome to another vlog. Yes, I'm on my way to the airport this time, flying to Doha. Yes, Doha. Doha is a very interesting place because it's not quite as exciting as Dubai. However, I've spent 6 years of my life in Doha, so it's got a very special place in mind. And I'm going for an e-commerce conference called Web Summit, and I go to Doha at least once a year to go see old friends and what have you, but I like to just, try and do something productive while I'm there. And this year I was able to, find a conference that looks really good and also see some old friends. So my flight leaves in about 3 hours or so, and the airport isn't too far, so let's get it.
Every single place I go, people call me foreign. Laying low lately, that don't mean I can't be sorry. Other side of the globe, somewhere I ain't never been. I was searching everywhere, forgot to look within. Now I understand the world is...
Alright, so let's give you a quick demo. Just landed in Doha, came straight to the hotel.
On fly.
It was a really short flight, took about 40 minutes in the air, spent more time in the airport than I did actually flying. That's how quick the flight is. But I'll give you a quick tour of the hotel. I've got a little kitchenette, which I have no plans of using. It's got a washing machine, a bloody washing machine. Ain't gonna be using that. My trainers. Yeah, these are my latest, I quite like these actually. These are some Air Force and LV collaboration trainers. And I think I've worn them like 2 or 3 times. I quite like them. But here is the apartment. Here's the book I was reading on the flight. Who Not How. Very, very nice. Living area. The OQ Hotel. Apparently it just opened about 3 months ago, so it's a fairly new hotel. First time I'm staying here. And this is where the magic, meaning sleep, will be happening. Yeah, I'll do a quick bed test. Ready? 1, 2. It's not so much about the bed. It's more about the pillow. I'm not really a mattress guy. I'm more of a pillow guy. The pillow needs to have a certain kind of fluffiness / firmness. It needs to be made of a duck feather. I have no idea what I'm talking about. All I'm trying to say is that the pillow needs to be banging. Otherwise, sleep is going to be quite hard. So what's going to happen now is that the conference starts tomorrow, but tonight, in about 30 minutes or so, some old friends I used to work with in my teaching days are coming to pick me up. So they'll be here in about 30 minutes or so. I'm just going to freshen up and chill for a bit, and then we'll go out for dinner. Okay, this is my man, Ibrahim / Fabian. ¿Qué pasa, papi?
Todo bien.
Todo bien.
I got something coming my way anyway.
Alright, there we go.
Sorry to interrupt your filming.
No, all good.
Our medium
Just on
stay.
time.
That looks really good, man.
I'll just be
I feel jealous.
Thank you so much.
Mutter wartet schon die ganze Zeit. Wo ist er geblieben? Was hat er getrieben? Kommt er?
Alright, rise and shine. This is the next morning. I'll say something about this coffee in a second, but last night, a bit of a rough night. I think I was just getting used to the bed, used to the environment, but this coffee, guess how much it cost me? 40 Qatari riyals, that's $11. $11. I was flabbergasted. I don't think I've ever, maybe once before in some bougie hotel, and this is a bougie hotel, but still, like 11, crazy. It's decent, but trust me, I ain't gonna be buying another cup. It's just a matter of principle. $11, unless the beans are imported from some obscure, tucked away part of the world that can only be reached by a helicopter and then a boat, and then you've got to swim 5 kilometers undersea to, source those beans. You can't justify spending $11 on a cup of coffee. As you can see, I'm very passionate because I love my coffee and I don't mind spending money on coffee. But $11, come on, man. That's just taking the mick. But anyway, the plan is I'm gonna be having my really expensive coffee, and then I'm gonna go and freshen up and go to the gym, work out, and then I've got about 2 hours or so before my coaching call with my students. It's on a Sunday. And then after my coaching call, I'm going to be heading out to get my badge for the conference. So that should be cool, and I'll bring you along for the ride. For now, let me enjoy my coffee. It's actually pretty good. Or maybe I'm justifying it to myself. Maybe because I spent so much to buy it, I'm trying to convince myself that it's actually one of the best coffees that I've had, but it's not. All right, this is what I'm having for breakfast. I'm not usually a big breakfast guy. I don't like to eat in the morning, but when I'm traveling and in a hotel, I just do it because it's fun. So the book I'm reading right now, Amazon Unbound, and I'm telling you, it is fascinating beyond measure, because no sane human being would be able to do what Amazon has done. If you were to follow the rules, do things carefully and be nice, Amazon would never be what it is today. It's absolutely brutal, and sometimes we look at the finished article of something, think, oh wow, but the actual process of building it, the day-to-day nitty-gritty ferociousness needed to make it what it is, I'm telling you, it's close to impossible. It's close to impossible, and that's why there are very few companies out there like Amazon. It's a brutal game business, and it got me thinking about if I really want to get to a big size, I don't want to be a dick. I want to do things the right way, a way that I will not regret about the way I behaved. However, you have to be ferocious. You have to be kind, but not nice. I think that's the thing about business. Be kind, not nice. Because being nice means not telling the truth, not going hard, not saying what you really need to say and do. But anyway, my food is getting cold. I'm gonna go now and enjoy this, all right?
Every time me step up in a match, did me I can step in with my right foot. Everybody breathe, gotta recognize them.
That's like do it my way, my G, better tell them. Pray my salat in the morning. Check my phone, that's wifey calling. Tell her baby girl chill, let me stack these meals. Give me 2 or 3 years, man's balling. Settle man are asking how.
All right, at the gym, and just got off the treadmill. I was watching this Diary of a CEO interview with Alex Hormozi.
Because it's not, in Germany, it's not a lot.
Sometimes it's the right thing to do.
Pray my salat in the morning. Check my phone, that's wifey calling. Tell her baby girl chill. Settle man.
If only I had known that heaven lies beneath your feet, I would treat you like a queen and give you everything you need. I'll put you.
All right, I'm standing outside the entrance of the conference. Loads of people here. The whole thing is kicking off in about 1 hour. Guess who's going to be here? My man, Will Smith. Yeah, what relevance he has to web, digital, the internet, no idea, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, the queue is quite ridiculous, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and join it and see if I can make some new friends and see what's going on. Okay, it turns out the entrance is actually quite a long walk, so I need some company, which is gonna be you. Now, I just had a thought, a quick reflection, and I'm attending this conference off the back of 3 events I had last week where I was speaking at all 3 events. And it feels good going to a conference where I can just be an attendee. I can just sit back. No one needs to know who I am. I don't need to talk or anything, and I can just blend in. It just feels really good. After what happened, it was just crazy. I had a lot of fun, mind you, but you know, there was a lot of prep and organization into giving those 3 speeches. So here's what I can see right now. This is the walk towards my entrance. I'm entrance number 2, as you can see. And yeah, almost there now. So this is the front of the queue, and the queue went all the way down, literally for about 3 miles. It was the most ridiculously, like the longest queue I've seen. And I'm like, you know what, there's no way your boy Jamal's going to be queuing up. So what I did was I found a friendly face and I made small talk. She's no longer here. There was a lady from South Africa and she went somewhere. I'm saving her spot for her. And I was able to kind of cut in and save myself maybe 2-3 hours because the queue was crazy. Instead of standing up, I actually just decided it might be better off to, a better use of my time to do some work. Why not her?
I just wanna break in a minute. To make hero turn out to be a villain, but to them I might be different.
I can't have a conversation of more than 1 minute with this guy without someone, you know.
I'm so famous.
This guy, mashhoor, right, habibi?
I'm not sure. I'm not famous. It just happened that I met a couple of guys and I haven't seen for decades.
I should ask for your
Let me
autograph or something,
tell you
man.
something, since you are recording.
Go on.
Listen to this.
Sehe, brech ich zusammen. Erfülle die Träume auf dem Wasser und am Festland. Yamma, 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 yamma.
Alright, just ordered a gangster burger because I'm gangster like that, you know how it is. But they ran out, no gangster burgers available. All these fake ass gangsters trying to take my burger. So I ended up getting a normal cheeseburger. But I'm too gangster, I don't need to be eating a gangster burger to prove my gangsterness, right? You know, if you're gangster, you're just gangster. If you've got to prove you're gangster, are you really gangster? No, probably not.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because Fox has announced something and that really is pro rata, of course, so it's...
Yeah, if you think about it, now...
Well said. I feel like, Will, you're probably the only person who's even ever tried to do this, let alone succeeded. But you went from a career in music to a career in TV to dominate.
From music to television, and I had success in music, and the big thing is throw it away. Like, humble down and go back to beginner's mind. First time you're learning something.
Last but not least, Will Smith.
Will Smith, a beautiful work in progress.
Will Smith, everyone! Thank you so much for that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
People are storming Will Smith. All these fanboys and fangirls. Man like me. Actually, I'm gonna go right now. I'm not here. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. Everyone's just obsessed, but I can't blame them. Man like me, I'm chill. I'm a chill guy. Alright, it's the evening of the third night, and I have a football game with some old friends. And something funny happened. Well, I'm wearing this Hella Madrid top, which is what I wore, well, their previous top, but I wore something similar in China. But I was planning on wearing my United top. However, guess what happened? Well, check this out. This is the top I bought and I wanted to wear, but this is actually my son's. This is absolutely tiny. Like, look how small it is. I'm gonna let you in on some game. Put the peanut butter inside. Beautiful. See that? It's pretty damn good. Bismillah. Really good game. This goodie jar is from a place called Sugar and Spice. I used to love it when I used to live here. I'm watching an episode of Reacher. Season 3 just came out. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and enjoy this now. Soon. Right, this almost brings my trip to a close at Doha International Airport. You can see that big yellow teddy bear behind me. And one thing I always do when I'm going back home is I never return empty-handed. I think it's really important that you come back home to your family bearing gifts. Tahadu tahabu. Give gifts and you love each other, as the Prophet ﷺ said. So now I'm shopping around trying to find something for the missus. For the kids, what I did, and it's quite cheeky, is I order things from Amazon to come to the house, and then I basically get someone to hide it, and so that they don't see the Amazon packages. Because with kids, you know, it's toys and things like that. And there's no better place than Amazon, right? So we're just looking at some options here. All right, in the end, I've gone for this Dior gift set. Yeah, the prestige. There we go. yeah, looks quite nice. And my friend over here, Abdullah, is gonna be gift wrapping it for me. حركات ها؟ Beautiful. Alright, جزاك الله خير. Enjoy. مع السلامة. Alright, it's a wrap. Time to head to my gate now. Alright, you know what? I need to pray actually. So there's the prayer rooms. It's time for Salat al-Dhuhr, which is the midday prayer. And because I'm traveling, I can combine the midday prayer, which is Dhuhr, and the afternoon prayer, which is Asr. Then head to my gate and then it's a wrap.